First and foremost, the White House is a mansion. Consider this. The White House residence spans 6 floors and includes 132 rooms and 35 bathrooms. That makes for 412 doors, 28 fireplaces, 8 staircases, 3 elevators, and the setup for an epic game of hide and seek. Wondering how much a place like that would cost? A recent appraisal valued the property at just under $400 million. For more fun Americana, check out the 50 facts about America that most Americans. Nobody likes moving day, but you can bet yours is nowhere near as stressful as moving day at the White House. It all takes place as soon as the sitting president leaves the White House for the president-elect's inauguration ceremony. From then, staffers and movers have 5 hours to move out all of the sitting president's belongings and move in the belongings of the president-elect. Not only is furniture changed and artwork swapped, but the walls are even repainted too, as per the requests of the incoming first family, since Michelle Obama struck a nerve by expressing her feelings about waking up every day in a house built by slaves. This White House fact has become common knowledge. And it shouldn't be surprising considering the state of the US at the time the White House was built. White House records show that African American slaves were trained on the spot to fill certain capacities. Sure, one of the perks of being president is living rent-free, but that hardly makes up for the hefty expenses that come with moving into the White House. Despite making a 6-figure salary, the president is still responsible for paying for all meals at the White House and elsewhere, all events, and the wages for those working the events, and even transportation. Many presidents have left the White House in serious debt, such as Bill Clinton, whose debt totaled between $2.28 million and $10.6 million. But if there's anything to be learned from horror movies, it's that old buildings are often haunted. Obviously, this doesn't bode well for the White House. Staffers, guests, presidents, and first ladies have all claimed to have experienced paranormal activity during their time there. Rumor has it that Abraham Lincoln's ghost still haunts the home. In fact, there have been reported sightings of our 16th president's specter in the White House since 1903. And for more truth bombs, here are the 20 crazy facts that will What purpose could 132 different rooms possibly serve? Well, it turns out some of the past residents have come up with quite creative ways to fill these spaces. Harry Truman, for example, commissioned the White House's first bowling alley. FDR oversaw the transformation of a cloakroom into a 42-seat movie theater. Hillary Clinton even converted one sitting room into the music room so that her husband could. If anyone in the White House deserves caffeine, it's the press, not including the president, of course. So you can imagine Tom Hanks' shock when, on his first tour of the White House in 2004, he found the press room to be missing a coffee machine. And as the kind man he is, he bought them one. 6 years later, he sent them a new one after noticing it was getting run down. Finally, in 2017, he sent the White House press corps a third gift. This time, it was a $1,700 espresso machine, along with a note reading, "Keep up the good fight for truth, justice, and the American." While George Washington never lived in the White House and was long dead before the Oval Office was first used in 1909, Washington was an inspiration for the room's unusual shape. Washington reportedly insisted upon having rounded walls in his Philadelphia home so that it would be suitable for hosting formal gatherings or levees. This design was followed when the Oval Office was constructed, although such formal receptions are no longer hosted in the space. The executive residence has hosted its fair share of parties, including many banquets. The State Dining Room is the larger of 2 dining rooms in the White House and can seat up to 140 guests. Otherwise, the kitchen can serve hors d'oeuvre to as many as 1,000 people. The White House kitchen is staffed by some of America's greatest chefs who adjust their menus to the president's taste. Some requests include pork rinds covered in Tabasco for George H.W. Bush and Coca-Cola. If you think back long and hard to your middle school history lessons, you'll remember that during an invasion in 1814, the British burned the White House down. Only 14 years after the original construction was finished, the same architect, James Hoban, was tasked with rebuilding. The White House 2.0 finally finished in 1817, though Hoban would return on occasion in the following years to add porticos on the north and south sides.